Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight of the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You then try to bang on the lid to unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody will start digging their way down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are probably people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to defeat an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that you have that chance of overdosing? To take that life away that God had given you to enjoy waterfalls and streams like what's behind me. If that's not selfish enough, more selfishly the people that count and love you most, such as your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your children, even your grandchildren, you take your life away from them. With that, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just read about on these index cards that waited and waited and waited until it was too late. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I'll help you take your life back before your life is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell folks like you, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters is that you're here looking for a better today and a brighter tomorrow. Call Larry at 516-458-2741 or go to his website, www.odysseyconsult.org. Larry Geis has over 30 years' experience as an addiction recovery coach and life coach. Larry Geis, 516-458-2741. Folks, don't forget to take your slippers off at night. Don't place them at the edge of your bed. Put them directly under your bed. That way in the morning when you wake up, you'll be forced to drop to your knees to retrieve those slippers. And while you're on your knees, I call this knee mail. Knee mail is between you and God each and every day. It's the best time to ask God for guidance and direction, forgiveness and mercy, to thank God for clothing, for food, for family, for relationships. To ask God to give you a great day to enjoy life and a great future. Do this each and every day, your personal chat line between you and God through an email while getting your slippers, and your life will slowly become better. Enjoy the scenery behind me because God is allowing you to do that. Don't forget to ask God and thank God each and every day for whatever is going positive in your life, even in negative in your life. Because through God, all is possible, and the power of prayer is very, 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 very strong. Today I want to talk about 25 ways to help a fellow human being during any type of situation. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Too often the trend in our society is for people to be separated from each other, to be cut off from the great mass of humanity, and in doing so to be dehumanized a little bit more with each and every step. Cars have taken us off the streets, where we used to greet each other, stop for a chat. Cubicles have taken away a bit of humanity at working, as factories and even computers do some extent also. Television has planted us firmly in our living rooms instead of with our family around a table. Even movie theaters, where people get together, cut us off from true conversations because we are staring at the big screen. And while I'm not railing against any of these inventions, except perhaps the cubicle, what we must guard against is the tendency of that individuality to have us focus on ourselves to exclusion of our fellow human beings. The tendency towards selfishness rather than giving, on helping ourselves rather than helping our brothers and sisters in humanity has slowly vaporized. I'm not saying we're all like that, but it can happen if you're not careful. So strike back against the selfishness and greed of our modern world and help out a fellow human being today I know you can do it. Not next month, but today. Helping a fellow human being, while it can be inconvenient, has a few humble advantages. It makes you feel better about yourself. It connects you with another person, at least for the moment, if not for life. It improves the life of another, a little, at least a little. It makes the world a better place, one step at a time, and if kindness is passed on, it can multiply and multiply. So take just a few minutes today and do a kindness for another person. It can be something very small, or it can be something huge. Ask them to pay it forward. Put a smile on someone's face. Don't know where to start? Here's an extremely video on where you could start, and these are only 25 ways, so there are many other ways. Smile and be friendly. Sometimes a simple little act like that can put a smile and a warm feeling on someone else's face and their heart and make their day a little better. They might not do the same to others, but more than likely they will. Call a charity or volunteer. You don't have to go to the soup kitchen today if you don't want to. Just look up the number, make a call, and make an appointment to volunteer sometime next month. But stick to the commitment. It can be whatever charity you like. Volunteering is one of the most amazing things you can do. Donate something you don't use, or a whole box of some things. Drop them off at a charity. Others can put your clutter to use on their own backs. Make a donation. There are a lot of ways to donate to charities online or in your local community. Instead of buying yourself a new gadget or an outfit, spend the money in a more positive way. Redirect gifts. Instead of having people give you birthday or Christmas gifts, ask them to donate those gifts and money to your favorite charity. Stop to help. Next time you see someone pulled over with a flat tire or someone in need of help, stop and ask how you can help. Sometimes all you need is that little push or the use of a cell phone to help them, and it goes a long way. Teach. Take the time to teach someone a skill you know. This could be teaching your grandma to use email, teaching your child to ride a bike, teaching a co-worker a computer skill, teaching your spouse how to clean the darn toilet. Okay, well that one really doesn't count. Comfort someone in grief. Often a hug, a helpful hand, a kind word, a listening ear will go a long way when someone has lost a loved one or is suffering some similar loss and tragedy like we just recently went through with my mother's tragic killing when she was hit by a truck. Help them take action. If someone in grief seems to be lost and doesn't know what to do, help them do something. It could be making a funeral arrangements, it could be making a doctor's appointment, it could be making phone calls. Don't do it yourself. Let them take action too, because it helps the healing during this process. Buy food for a homeless person. Cash is often a bad idea. It's going to use for drugs and alcohol, like I've stated so many times during shows. But buying a sandwich and chips for someone like that is a good gesture. Be respectful and be friendly. Lend your ear. Often someone who is sad, depressed, angry, or frustrated just needs someone who will listen. Venting and talking through an issue is a huge help. Help someone on the edge. If someone is suicidal, urge them to get help today. If they don't want to, call a suicide hotline or a doctor yourself to get advice. Help someone get active. A person in your life who wants to get healthy might not need a helping hand. Offer to go walking or running together, to join a gym together. Once they get started, it can have a profound effects. Do a chore. Something small or big, like cleaning up or washing a car, or doing dishing, or cutting the lawn. Give a massage. Only when appropriate, of course, but a massage can go a long way in making someone feel better. Send a nice email. Just a quick note telling someone how much you appreciate them and how proud you are of them, or just saying thank you for something they did. Show appreciation publicly. Praising someone on the blog, in front of co-workers, in front of family, or in some other public way is a way to make a great impression on the person you are helping. Donate food. Clean out your cupboard and canned goods, or buy a couple bags of groceries and donate them to a homeless shelter. Just be there. When someone you know is in need, sometimes it's not just good to be there, it's necessary to be there. Sit with them, talk to them, help them out when you can. Be patient. Sometimes people can have a difficulty understanding things or learning to do something right. Learn to be patient with them. Tutor a child. This might be difficult to do today, but often parents can afford to hire a tutor for their child in need of help. Call a school and volunteer for your tutoring services. Create a care package. Soup, reading material, tea, chocolate, anything you can think a person might need or enjoy. Good for someone who is sick or otherwise in need of a pickup, or like my wife does for a military person overseas. Lend your voice. Often the powerless, the homeless, the neglected in our world need someone to speak up for them. You don't have to take that cause by yourself, but join others in signing a petition, speaking up a council meeting, writing letters, or otherwise making what you had to say unheard. Make it heard today. Offer to babysit. Sometimes parents need a break. If a friend or a loved one in your life doesn't get the chance very often to go out, call them and offer to babysit sometime. Set up an appointment. It can make a big difference in that other person's life. Love. Simply finding ways to express your love to others, whether it be your partner, child, or other family member, friend, coworker, or a complete stranger. Just express your love. A hug, a kind word, spending time, showing little kindness, being friendly. It all matters more than you will know. How far a little candle throws its beams depends on you, because you are the candle. Let your beam shine. So shines a good deed in a weary world. Let your candle shine. You are the light in someone else's life with just simple 25 of these things, and there are many more things. Let today be the first day where you start helping other people, because when you help other people, like I help you with these videos, I help me, and the same will apply to you, and may God bless you.